Every day we take for granted how a light bulb works. I will even bet 3 muffin bucks. I don't know what muffin bucks are, but you know what? I will bet them anyways. That you used a light bulb today. At the very least, you flipped a switch. And that's about as much as most people do to make sure their house is properly lit. Gone are the days of candles and lighters. I will say that there has to be at least one goblin watching this video in the darkest room mankind has ever seen. If the hint of light even touches their skin, they may very well explode. Now you're probably confused. I thought I was clicking on a Destiny lore video and this dude is talking about light bulbs. I promise it'll all make sense, and light bulbs may even be the most important part of this video. In fact, I encourage every single one of you to find your nearest light bulb and use it as a comfort bulb. I have to say this, but please, please keep the light bulb in your hands. There is no comfort in holding a bulb anywhere else. Before I get into the video, I wanted to take a moment and introduce myself though. I've noticed the majority of people watching these videos are from those that are not subscribed. My name is StickyMZ, and I have been doing Destiny lore for over 3 years. I am fairly new to consistently uploading here on YouTube. This started back in November, but I was the very first Destiny lore creator on TikTok, and one of the first original 3 Destiny creators on TikTok. I know a lot of creators have moved over to making short form content on TikTok. I was one of the people that created that space for them. And also I will say, as a very long time supporter and fan of Bungie, it was a great honor to have been interviewed by Bungie for their website. So I know I am new to the YouTube scene, but I have been around for a while and even worked with a lot of well-known creators that you yourselves probably follow. My goal is to reach 10,000 subscribers before the final shape. So if you are enjoying my content or enjoy Destiny lore and want to see more, please hit that sub button. We've been working very hard on building up this YouTube page. And if you ever need people to play with, I do have a Discord for you all. Almost 10,000 people with LFGs and Sherpas, and if you've never done endgame content, my community wants to help you. Okay, thank you all for listening to that. Let's get back to the video that you all are here to watch. Let's start with the definition of light. Besides the obvious real-life definition, light is a paracausal force that encourages life to grow and become complex. The light's purpose is to build life and upon life, to diversify, to expand. It always ends the same, the gardener complained. This one stupid pattern. Aren't they beautiful, I asked, as the flowers opened and closed in patterns beyond the scope of the entire universe, to encode all-devouring, perhaps everlasting. Not even we could know whether a pattern in the flowers would cycle forever or someday halt. They're as dull as carbon monoxide poisoning, the garden grows, although carbon monoxide did not yet exist, and neither did anything that could be poisoned. The gardener kneeled to flick a patch of sod with their towel. It struck an open flower, causing it to shut. Although I was the closer of flowers, and that was my sole purpose, I felt no fear or jealousy. We had our assigned domains, and always would. They're majestic, I said. They have no purpose except to subsue all other purposes. There is nothing at the center of them except the will to go on existing, to alter the game to suit their existence. They spare not one sliver of their totality for any other work. They are the end. The pattern corrected the errant flower effortlessly. The great flow went on unchanged. The gardener got up and brushed their knees. Every game we play, this one pattern consumes all the others. Wipes out every interesting development. A stupid, boring exploit that cuts off entire possibility spaces from ever arising. There's so much that we'll never get to see because of this pest. They chewed at their cracked lips, which existed only because this is an allegory. I'm going to do something about it, they said. We need a new rule. Okay, back to light bulbs. The circuitry of light bulbs is exactly how light works in the Destiny universe. The Traveler is the battery, the source of the power. The Guardian is the light bulb, and the Ghost is a switch. The Traveler is the source of all light. You destroy or cut off the Traveler, light is removed from the rest of the circuit. Ghosts give access to the power of light to those they choose, and can refuse or keep giving their Guardians power. In this way, they are a switch. And Guardians are the light bulb, the ones that benefit from the power source and the switch. I'm probably annoying a lot of electrical engineers, but we're gonna keep with the light bulb analogy for now. Let's say we break a light bulb. We go out and buy a new one, connect the new one to the circuit. That's what happens when we die. A ghost builds a new light bulb. A new Guardian in the circuit is complete. When a ghost dies, there's no switching, nothing to turn on and off the light. The light bulb does not lose its light right away. Depending on the bulb, the energy stored inside either slowly or quickly dies. This is exactly what happens with Guardians.
This can't be happening. Guardian. You're alive. I thought I lost you. I can heal you, but I can't resurrect you. Not since.
When the Traveler was cut off and caged by Gaul, our ghost had just enough light to heal us. But anything beyond that, reviving us, using our supers, was impossible. How does the Traveler, though, choose which race gets blessed by it? Well, they have to suffer. The Traveler's playing a game, a long bet with the universe, the gardener versus the winnower, that no matter how bad things get, no matter how much one suffers, they will not give in to the darkness. The Leviathan's warning. We live on the edge of a war between formless and form, between the deep and the sky. My eyes are wide, my gaze is long. Across the universe as far as I see, the sky works to charge its fires, and the deep drowns the ash. Sky builds gentle places, safe for life. Beloved fundament, refuge of trillions. The sky treasures the rich place, but the deep is here with us. Cold logic tests our walls. The deep claims its domain. A ruthless, final age. Arish's protest. Old Leviathan, creature of myth. This world is no refuge. We live short, hard lives. We die in the dark. The storm above us will never end, and soon the God wave will take us all. Above us there are only storm joys, monsters, and moons of apocalypse. Let us go down, down, where we may discover truth. Some power to avenge ourselves upon our betrayers, some hope of survival. The Leviathan's hope. What power calls you down to the deep? What instinct draws you away from high hope? Quick breeding krill people, I tell you. For eons I have watched your struggle, clinging to the sharp edge of survival, balanced between the deep and the sky. You were my treasure, my proof against despair, for this is the deep claim. Existence is the struggle to exist. When the struggle seems lost, when the safe place crumbles, everything turns to the deep to survive. I reject the deep claim. You will turn back, sweet krill of hope. You will choose the sky instead. Zero's protest. You are huge and old. Our lives are short and desperate. If that's the way the world's supposed to be, I won't have it. If people like Tauix are supposed to win, I won't let them. I'll beat the world until it changes. I'll kill everything in the way. The Leviathan's dirge, this fatal logic. Hear my monopole scream. It will consume you. Before you lies the worship of death, the ruinous path. The sky builds new life against the onset of ruin. Turn back from the world-killing way, or you will live as death and devastation. The sky is the harder way, but it is kinder. My charge is balanced, my voice exhausted. Sathona's protest. Sisters, I have my father's familiar. Look, it answers me in plain words. It helped me find this ship. It gives me strength when hope is lost. Who will you trust? The voice that wants us to live and suffer as we have lived and suffered? The Leviathan offers no hope against Tauix or the world wave, or the plain, honest worm. Let us see where its whisper leads us, Arish. Let us go deeper, Zero. Let us dive, O sisters mine. The witness is giving darkness to those who want revenge. We see that with the Hive. They were tired of being tormented and killed. They wanted a way to fight back. But we also see that with Rolk. I know what happened next. I do not need to see it again. I rend my mother's flesh. Do you not hear me? I remove father's head from his neck. This is madness. None escape my wrath, not even the little ones, not even civilians. The city watches in horror. They know what I am. This must stop. Their faces inform only of relief. Stop. Their faces inform only of relief. I command you. Their faces inform only of relief. Ah! The sapphic sun implodes. Please. Lubre is cracking. Lubre is shattering. Lubre is upending. What have I done? I can't. Your luster. My glaive. Relive it. No. They've turned against me, my regime. They've perished in my hand, my clan. They called me a monster. They put me in a cage. They seek my execution. But your luster, I see it, even though they took you from me. You guide my hand. You free me of these chains. You find me again. You return to me my glaive, no longer Relix's bane, serving only one final purpose, Lubre's ruin. A shattered sky, a planet convulsing, our existence upended. Their folly was their intended salvation, siphoning light from the sapphic sun itself. I use your luster, turn their technology against them, like a backfired pistol. After serving them, protecting them, fighting for them, suffering for them, a shattered sky, a planet convulsing, tearing apart. One Lubre remains, me, but not for long. What have I done? I stare into the abyss. It has opened. They truly opened this time, to show me what lies beneath. Death. I drop your luster. I drop Lubre's ruin. I let myself fall in. And then and then I am here with you, my witness. And what do you feel now? Devoid of family, devoid of the regime, devoid of Lubre. What do you feel here in our embrace, now that they are gone and you are left? Rolk opens his eyes, crawls forth through the blackening solution that engulfed him all this time, emerges from the wall of obsidian like miasma to find his luster, to find Lubre's ruin. Taking them, he rises to his feet. What do you feel, my child? Relief. We never see an instance of races using the light and blessings of the traveler to oppress those around them. I know, the warlords. But that's a little different, and I'll explain in a bit. But if we look at the races the traveler blessed before us, they mostly just kept to themselves and lived in luxury until the hive arrived. Now, yes, the warlords were kind of dicks. But there is one difference between humans and every other race the traveler blessed. We are the first and only to be able to use light powers. Ghosts never existed before the collapse. In the entire history of the universe, nobody ever had supers, abilities like we do. There were never another race of guardians or similar. We were the first. The hive are now the second. The light wants you to have a fulfilling life. A life that is unique and flourishes in pathways that no one has ever experienced before. So what is the traveler's plan? What is their argument in this cosmic game of chess? Well, I think the Winnower best describes it in the Book of Unveiling. And I will preface this by saying I do not think the Winnower is the witness. And if you'd like to hear my thoughts, you're more than welcome to watch my video that was featured on Bungie's website. Your shoemaker philosophy was right, and it matters more than anything. Sorrow cannot survive death, and it cannot precede birth. Those who exist have moral worth, and those who do not have none. Think about it. Do you mourn the uncreated? Do you grieve for those who were never born in a nation that never developed, around an ideology no one have ever imagined, on a continent that never formed? No. And from that self-evident truth, you must raise your eyes to the ultimate revelation. Those who cannot sustain their own claim to existence belong to the same moral category as those who have never existed at all. Existence is the first and truest proof of the right to exist. Those who cannot claim and hold existence do not deserve it. This is the true and only divination. A game whose losers are not just forgotten, but are never born at all. That which cannot claim and hold existence is not real. You do not mourn the unreal. Why should you care for it? Tend it. Guard it. It was the gardener that chose you from the dead. I wouldn't have done that. It's just not in me. But now that they have invested themselves in you, you are incredibly, uniquely special. That wandering refugee chose to make a stand, spend their power to say, here I prove myself right. Here I wager that given power over physics and the trust of absolute freedom, people will choose to build and protect a gentle kingdom ringed in spears, and not fall to temptation, and not surrender to division, and never to yield to the cynicism that says everyone else is so good that I can afford to be a little evil. The gardener is all in. They are playing for keeps, and they are wrong, or so I argue. For after all, the universe is undecidable. There is no destiny. We're all making this up as we go along. Neither the gardener nor I know for certain that we're eternally, universally right. But we can be nothing except what we are. You have a choice. You are the gardener's final argument. It would mean everything if I could convince you that I am right and the only way. I truly value you. To the gardener, you are a means to an end. To me, you are majestic. You are full of the only thing worth anything at all. I am, by the only standard that matters or will ever matter, the winning team. Existence is a test that most will fail. Would you not count yourself among the victorious few? Don't hurry to deliver your answer. I'll come over and hear it myself. The entire point the traveler is trying to make with giving light to certain races is summed up here. Here I prove myself right. Here I wager that given power over physics and the trust of absolute freedom, people will choose to build and protect a gentle kingdom ringed in spears, and will not fall to temptation, and not surrender to division, and never yield to the cynicism that says everyone else is so good that I can afford to be a little evil. That no matter what, there will be a race that will fight to protect. That one day there will be a race strong enough to defend itself against the darkness. That one day the light will win over darkness itself. The hard path is the better one. We are the spears. We are protecting our gentle kingdom, and we will not fall to temptation. Soon we will be in the end game, the final shape DLC, and we will prove the traveler right. We are the first to have its power, and we will be the first to make its argument truth. Thank you all for watching this video, and a special thank you to my VIP and above members, Pulse, Prince Mav, and Son of a Mitch. If you enjoyed this video, please comment, like, and subscribe. And remember, hunters never die.